to Congress and to the American people to justify launching the first unprovoked war in United States history. Senate Intelligence Committee Chair Jay Rockefeller today releasing the long-awaited majority report with support from 2 Republicans on what President Bush and his top officials did and said regarding the intelligence they had, the intelligence they did not tell us they had, and in some cases, the intelligence they only said they had.
There is nothing more serious in public life than the decision to go to war, any war. In too many instances, when making the case for war, administration officials distorted the facts or said things that were not supported by the facts, said things that they knew or should have known were not true.
Specifically, of course, Secretary of State Colin Powell's speech to the United Nations, as well as speeches and interviews by Vice President Cheney and Condoleezza Rice, who was then the National Security Advisor. All of them, the report finding, ignoring evidence that cast doubt on their claims, inflating other claims, unsubstantiated claims, presented to us as certainties of Saddam Hussein's pursuit of nuclear weapons, weapons of mass destruction of other kinds, his partnership with al-Qaeda, his potential to deliver a new 9/11 on a nuclear scale, the report creating new problems for Mr. Bush's chosen would-be successor, John McCain, who claimed just last week that every intelligence agency in the world and every intelligence assessment reported that Hussein had WMD, a claim McCain should have known was false even before today's report reminded us that both State and Energy Department intelligence agencies had raised red flags about the WMD claims, red flags ignored by Mr. Bush, red flags his press secretary today claimed never reached the president's sight.
Out of all of that stuff, we have a very unsettling situation in Iraq. And so at this point, I think it's time we take a look at what we're looking at on our TVs. For instance, this morning on History Channel, they had automated robot soldiers that are being used to kill people in Iraq.
The swords adds a new dimension to urban conflict. It's the world's first weaponized robot, and it can be armed with everything from a machine gun to a rocket launcher, controlled by a soldier, calling the shots at a safe distance from the enemy.
And that was kind of disturbing in the context that everyone is now supposed to know that we are in Iraq for all the wrong reasons. The people who put us there are war criminals. There's over 1 million innocent people dead, and we have people like Rupert Murdoch on his History Channel glorifying the fact that we have robots over there blowing people up. They have missile launchers on these robots. So, you know, in context of all that information, which you're not being shown in context on TV, it allows you free choice. It allows you an informed choice and expression of your own will, because you have all the information that's available and you have the right perspectives to make the critical decision. And what they're doing on TV is they're card stacking. They're taking away select perspectives. That way you can form your choice based on only what they want you to see. And I see that as very un-American.
Absolutely. Well, I was telling one of my friends, most of these wars are usually just to test new weapons. You know, just let's find an innocent country that can't defend themselves and let's try out our new weaponry. You know, and between the robot soldiers and the rest of it, what I was reading is that 18%, I believe, of our troops over there are taking antidepressants, and most of them are so stoned they don't even know where they are.
Well, what would you have to take to be over there for an extended amount of time, especially in light of, you know, I don't know if you saw the CourageToResist.org site with Daryl Anderson and the rest of the vets that are AWOL right now, but those guys are saying, we as Iraqi veterans, as U.S. soldiers, know that 9/11 was a lie, that the reasons we came to Iraq were not the reasons we were told.
My name is Daryl Anderson. I served in Baghdad, Iraq from January 04 to July 04. But I'll start it off with my progression in Iraq. It started with 9/11 because that's what led to the war. Like Dennis was saying, that's what fueled the fire. That's the big part of the lie that led to the lies I witnessed in Iraq. I didn't know it would come to affect me one day. But I also knew about the Desert Storm guys who became terrorists. But all of a sudden in Kentucky, because there was some brown people in Kentucky were looking at me like I was a terrorist. Because I'm dark, I can grow a beard, you know, and I'm not as white as many as you people in the room. I'm white, but I'm not that light. So I started to feel a lot of that, like, man, people are, you know, they're worried about, they're going to hit Fort Knox in Kentucky. And I'm thinking, this is racism. this is what feeds the fuel that Iraqis are beneath us, and we can go kill them, because look it, they killed 3,000 innocent people. They don't care about innocent lives. In Desert Storm, we couldn't get into Baghdad because the people heard about the innocent people we killed in the bombings. Now 3,000 Americans are dead. We don't care how many Iraqis you got to kill. Killing the civilians is part of war, and that's what they sent us into Baghdad with. I joined in 03 because I was broke, I needed money, but I was a young American kid. I wanted to fight in the war. I joined up, month out of training. I arrive in Baghdad, Iraq, January 04. Saddam's been captured, and I get there, and the guys that I'm serving with have been there for 6 months already. They were there in 03, and I go, well, you know, I think it's come out that, you know, these people had nothing to do with 9/11. There was no Iraqi on those planes. We can see around here there's no Al-Qaeda, there's no terrorist syndicates in Baghdad or Iraq. Saddam had stamped them out. And I asked my buddies, well, you know, we're here to find weapons of mass destruction. And they laughed at me. And I said, well, you know, we're here to help the people. And they laughed at me. And I said, well, what's our mission? What's our goal? I thought we were going to find the people that did 9/11. I thought we were going to get these weapons of mass destruction. I thought we could help people. And they're like, all we're trying to do is make it home alive. And then I'm going to lead you in now to the other lies, because you guys know the lies, but I bled for these lies. I watched my brothers die for these lies. People had lost people in 9/11. 1, 2, family. I lost many of my friends and brothers. And I lost part of me for the stuff I did in Iraq. And then we go to January, February, March. You know, nothing's happening. And then Bush gives his speech about bring it on. And in April of 04, we lost 135 soldiers for this lie, for his lies, for his swaggers being from Texas or whatever. And the more soldiers we lost, the more our procedures changed. Which leads into escalation. 9/11, we can go kill people now. We lost 135 guys. We can kill people now. We were ordered and fired upon, you know, hunker down, radio, wait for orders to return fire. In April, they told us in a crowded area, if one person shoots at you, kill everybody. Because they're letting them attack you. They are no longer innocent if they're there at the time of the crime. Sounds like American rules. If your buddy commits a crime, you're there, you can get caught up on charges on it. But these aren't charges, these are death. We're killing people because they're there when someone else attacked us, because we believe that if we kill enough innocent people, they'll stop the people from attacking us. But what they don't realize is the innocent people we killed, it was their brother, it was their uncle that was trying to kill us, because we already killed his 3 children. You roll into Baghdad, every single big apartment building is blown up. Every single apartment building in Baghdad has been broken to the ground by artillery and airplanes bombing. You cannot meet someone in Iraq who has not lost a family member. Could you imagine what we had done in America if in 9/11 everybody in America lost a family member? What would we be doing? Would we be talking about war? No, we'd be in the streets with weapons. And so people talk about, oh, these people killing American soldiers in Iraq, they're terrorists. Not terrorists, they're wearing sandals. And they got an AK. And they got 14-year-old boys building bombs to kill these American soldiers because we've killed their family. So we're done in Baghdad. We killed enough people. I was ordered to kill innocent people. We killed innocent people. When they shot at us, we shot at everybody. We were done, you know. Every guy I served was against the war. We believed 9/11 was a lie. This is in 04. Every soldier served us believed 9/11 was a lie. We thought the people would expose the lie, know the war's a lie, and bring us home. I got friends that are there in Baghdad in 07 on their 3rd tour, 3 years in Iraq. And we're talking about it still when people are dying.
We go